Hello out there, everybody. This is Ships of Lost War. I am your host, Jeff, aka Talon on the Scorpia server, once upon a time of BSGO. That's not really relevant. But anyways, as you can tell, I'm on a low speed, high drag setup. I'm sorry, but this is when I can record. When I'm driving a truck down the road and it's like a phone call from me to you. But that's also quite not so important. But today, we're going to talk about the first ship on Ships of Lost Lore. And it's this beauty right here. This is the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor from the game Battlestar Galactica Online. I really wish a ship like this had made it into the main show because it's so awesome. Now, as we get started, so I can properly explain this ship, I have to explain a little bit of what Battlestar Galactica online was. It was an online PvP game in ships, and they had strike aircraft, which, the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor belonged to. Then you moved up to escorts, which we will talk about in another video, one of my favorite escorts. And then they had lines, which were basically the battleships. There's a whole backstory about how you got there, blah, 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 in the area you were in, but that's not important. Now, to get the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor, at least when you started out, at least when it was first given out, you had to have an upgraded normal Raptor. Now, I'm going to use these two to compare and contrast. Now, the upgraded Raptor, just on itself, which I used a lot, had 4 weapon slots, 2 hull slots to give yourself more armor, more health points, blah, 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 blah. 5 electronic warfare slots where you could, jam the enemy, buff your allies and yourself, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And then it had 2 engine slots. So, the normal Raptor, it was a mech gunboat that had really good electronic warfare, enhanced radius range. That's how far we could see out to CU. And it was kind of slow. Now, after about 2 years in the game, as I recall correctly, they introduced the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor. Now, the FR Raptor had the following setup. It had 3 weapon slots, so you lost a weapon from the normal Raptor, 1 hull slot, which, made it a little less durable than a normal Raptor, but it kept the 5 computer slots and then gave you 4 engine slots, which made the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor capable of being just as fast, just as fast as a Viper Mark II, which was the intercept, almost as fast as a Viper Mark II and just as fast as an upgraded Viper Mark VII. So it was a pretty fast boat, but a little less armed and a little less armored. But you also got some other traits. Enhanced Dratus range. I think the upgraded Raptor had a Dratus range of 4 to 5,000, had a Dratus range of about 3 to 4,000, where the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor started at 4,500 and you could build it up from there. And this was probably my favorite strike craft in Battlestar Galactica. Was it the best armed? No. Was it the fastest? No, there were ships that were faster than it. But it was very customizable. It had really good radius range and really good electronic warfare capabilities, and it was really good as it's basically good as a short bus wagon and enhanced visual sight range, because that's how I used it. Because I was part of a wing called Victor Wing. Not really too important, but the way it would go was my wing commander, aka the guild leader, because wings were basically guilds in Battlestar Galactica, would say, "Okay, guys, I'm setting up a strike, a squad of strikes. We're going to go behind the enemy lines. We're just going to go shoot stuff and basically cause chaos and mayhem." And I'd reply to my wing commander, "Hey, I got my Fleet Reconnaissance. I'm going to set it up for jump range." He's like, "Roger that," and I'll set it up for Dratus, which is basically radar range. And I'd set it up with a couple of jump extenders, 4 Dratus range extenders, and a computer that could enhance all of that for a quick second. So at a base range, I'd be able to see 7,500 meters, and then when I upgraded myself, I'd be able to see about 9,000, which basically allowed me to see everything in the system, so I could vector in fighters on what to attack. And another fun story, because in this game, you could, for a short period of time, if you had the right currency, aka merits, could rent the Pegasus. Or on the Cylon side, rent the Base Star. And I remember this one time we were doing a Pegasus run. The guy really wanted to take out Pegasus. I've done it once myself. That was fun. But the guy was like, I don't have a lot of Tillium, which is the fuel if you want to run at full booster or if you want to make jumps. And I'm like, how much Tillium you got? About 900,000. I got you, fam. So I dropped the squad invite, and he picked it up. And instead of him costing him 20,000 Tillium a jump, because I was leading the jump, it cost him 145 a jump. And I could jump clear across the damn galaxy area that we were in. I could literally jump from one end to the other in 2 jumps. That's how good my jump range was. It was better than some of the battleships. Hello there, Mr. Ossifer. But anyways, that's the kind of stuff you could do with a fleet reconnaissance Raptor. So to wrap this up, after telling you some, stories of my varied stories of fleet reconnaissance, was it the best ship in the world? Like I said before, no. But it was a fun ship, and it was a variant that I certainly enjoyed. Were there better fighters? Yeah, the multi-role was a better dogfighter. The Interceptor was really, really fast. My second favorite fighter. I set that thing up to harass escorts. I'll tell you about that another day. But anyways, that's a ship of lost lore, the Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor. And in fact, this was my screen on the Battlestar Galactica online forums. That was my tag, and in the tag I had a Fleet Reconnaissance Raptor. So, yeah, that's how much I love the ship. That was the ship I was best well known for. But anyways, that's the video today. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any ships that you guys want to hear, let me know. I'll catch you later.